Here I am on a cold Saturday morning working on the budget build truck again. Now actually I got a lot of the parts in and still within budget, still under budget, but I did end up spending more money since finding out that this is a 350 and well, you know how that goes. So, one thing I am doing right here is I'm going to be changing the radiator. Because honestly, looking at it, this thing is shot. There's pure water in the heater core, but there's antifreeze in the block. Not sure what that's about or how that happened. Hopefully nothing bad. Let's see if this one drains out a little bit more. Nope, that's the lower one, so that should be done. Get that out of my way. And the one thing I am noticing, other than dropping tools, is that this transmission cooler, the way they have it plumbed, is not right. Now obviously they're running through the radiator, which is fine, that's factory, but they added an external. Well, on the external, they got it wrong. So, top's in, bottom's return. So top's hot, bottom's cool. Right now they have it from the hot side of the transmission to the external cooler, into the radiator, and then out to the transmission. So the way you're supposed to do it is actually hot from transmission to the radiator so it cools off a little bit, or cools it off, then to the external, away from the heat source of the radiator to cool it off more, rather than cooling off pretty good and then probably warming up back up a little bit in the radiator. So it's not really, it's just not set up right. Now, as much as the budget build me wants to try to salvage this radiator, looks like it's already been repaired several times and horribly at that. I don't think it's going to be salvageable to get any money back, so it's just going to have to go to scrap. I am glad I went ahead and bought another one because the condenser is covering all this up I couldn't see. But look at that, they cut a whole chunk out and repaired it at one point, and it's soldered horribly around here, horribly around there, there. This thing, time to retire this thing and let it rest in peace. Okay, and let's be honest here. Because we're missing so much AC stuff, I doubt anyone's gonna run the stock AC unit. If they do, they're probably gonna go ahead and go with an aftermarket AC setup. Luckily, all this is clean down here. There's no rust under where the radiator was, so that's a bonus. It's actually pretty clean. So, what I'm gonna do, obviously before I put in the new radiator, which still I'm going to wait to put into later so I don't damage anything, but I'm going to paint all this back here since it's so nice and we don't want it to rust, because the devil's in the details. And you know what? That looks pretty clean down there too. No sludge, nothing. I think we're doing pretty good on this little budget build. Okay, so what I got here is actually the RPM, which is going on there. Now, unfortunately, what I'm losing is the ability to run square and spread bore like this one. Wow, that looks... Man, that's a shame that this looks so new down inside. And look at that plate. That looks so new that the outside looked like this. Now, they didn't seal it very well because there's oil on all the bolts when I pulled it out. I'll take care of that. So the reason why I went with this, it's not only a 1/4 inch taller, but the runners are a little bit, it makes the runners a little bit longer. You can see the difference. It's a better flowing intake, but also what you'll notice is one of the things I really like about these series. I wish I could have found the Q-Jet version, that way it's still for spread and square bore, is right here is these. That helps, especially with a bigger cam at idle. It helps break apart the gas when you're sitting there and it's just kind of dropping down. Helps the eye a little bit better, where that is just completely smooth. So now, I'll get this one on there. Well, it's time for the valve covers. And let's be honest, it's going to make it look a lot better, especially considering the fact that I feel like before they put this thing to auction, they just threw whatever they had available at it and hope it did all right. Well, probably would have done better if they would have known what they had and actually took the time to do things right. And of course, we got this nice looking new water pump. Now, this is just a stock replacement. You know, I did just paint it with some aluminum header paint so it would look better. And it does. That's kind of that little bit of attention to detail. Paint it while it's off. Block's a different color. You can tell it's been installed. You can tell it looks new. You can tell some care was gone into it. Now, this is the last piece of the puzzle for today. Now, I'm missing a fan because it got broke during shipping. They're going to send me a new fan. Easy enough. But, yes, I'm still within budget. Because I caught this on sale for $200. Now, how good it is, I don't know. But, you know what? I'll work with it. Guess I also need to plug that water pump hole. Yeah. You can kind of see what we got going on here now. So, got most of the stuff hooked up. Most of the lines ran. Got the transmission lines ran like I like them. Because now it is going hot side to the radiator, and then the return from the radiator is going to the aftermarket cooler now, so it gets cooled off some more and then back to the transmission. So that's set up correctly now. I'm going to have to figure out a few more things because I need to make sure this is fully secure. I got to run a flex hose here because the end of the other hose is not the same size. Odds are it's going to have to be a flex hose. That just seems what it is anymore. It's the easiest thing to do. Lower line is alright. Pulleys. The bolts for the water pump pulley. Right now I'm connecting up the overflow. And you can see I have a better looking overflow than the other one that was on there. Now this is obviously an eBay special radiator and fans. Definitely better than what was in there. But it just doesn't fit 100% perfect. But that's okay, I'll make do with it. But yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting there. And it is looking a lot better under here now. So that's a bonus. Now I still got the wiring to do. I got a high torque mini starter for it. It's got a battery already in it. Once I get the hoses, I can put the antifreeze in it. Set up the carburetor and get this all correct and ran like I like it. As well as put a filter in it this time. Because they didn't. Drop the distributor. Put the new plugs. Run the wires. And it'll be close to getting ready to start. It just depends on how long it takes me to find the little stuff. The big stuff, I got. Now it's just down to finding all the little bitty stuff. And I'm still keeping within budget, which is the important part. There it is. Tried something a little bit new this time on the video. Hopefully it keeps y'all more entertained the way I'm shooting it now. Not, let me know. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, thanks for watching.